Hi everyone, let's talk about AEW Dynamite Holiday Bash, which was a decent show. A decent show. Let's talk about this, guys. Let's talk about it. So the show opens with footage of Death Riders arriving at the arena, and Renee Paquette interviews Orange Cassidy and Jay White backstage. And White says Cassidy gets a hell of a Pete talk in the back, so he talks out where is there's focus and makes no mistake, his focus is on the AEW World Championship, but he knows that first he has to make it to World's End, and so he has to rely on people he didn't usually rely on, like Orange. But Adam Page is only good at letting himself and everyone around him down, and Adam Page walks up and shouts at them and saying that John Moxley is his, and Darby Allin and Will Ospreay cut a sense promo about their Continental Classic match. Then, then we had commentary hyping up the Continental Classic matches. Then we see MJF walking backstage. Then we had Anna Jay versus Mercedes Moné for the AWTBS Championship. Jade starts hot and Mercedes Moné onto the ropes and catching her with a reverse chin lock, grounding her down, and Anna Jay with a mass massive kick out of the ropes and big slap to the champ, followed by elbow into the corner off the ropes, and Mercedes Moné snaps up a suplex, rolling three amigos, letting a true, and then Jay with a running blockbuster for a near fall, and Mercedes Moné with a Mercera for two of her own, and driving Mercera this time, still no, and we go to the break, and then back from the break, Anna Jay with a driving blockbuster so close and pressing the attack, and Anna Jay takes her down and covers Mercedes Moné, gets a hand on the ropes, and Queen Slater, Anna Jay slits and hungs her in, and Mercedes Moné escapes by eating her arm, and the statement maker since, and Anna Jay reverses into a pin and rolls back into it and launches the headlock in, and Anna Jay crawling a sense inches by inch till she gets her feet on the ropes and pins and covers for two, looking for the Mercedes Monet Maker. I'll just say it again. Monet Maker, and Sunset flip into the corner and corner niche connect, and Mercedes gets her up, and Mercedes Monet wins the pinfall with the Monet Maker and retains the AEW TBS Championship. Then FTR sends us a video for one of their home, and they talk to the Death Riders saying they do not disagree with their message, but they're not going to send there and watch them pour cleaner down a man's throat, and not enough to get them drug out and beaten, left in the cold. And there's a life after wrestling for FTR, and that's something they wonder about. And now they're not cleared till January 1st, but on January 1st, they will be there and they will be clear, and they're going to fight the Death Riders, and they're not coming alone. And then MGF makes his entrance and gets on the mic, insulting a local sports team, and says a club is about all giving, and he's feeling a sense and talks and wants to talk about a fundraiser, and that he starts and might cry and give him a second, and sad music plays, and he talks about seeing seeing a starving child need a sense, and throws up a picture of Adam Cole that's being edited to make him look a print small and yellow, and puts a QR code, and that will lead you to buying World's End, and a small percent of your money will go to making sure he puts the child out of his misery. Then Adam Cole appears on the Titra and tells us that he has a meeting with Tony Khan, and he wants to make sure he earns the right to grab the diamond ring, and the Kingdom walks up on his. I'll say it again, guys. I'll repeat it again. Sorry. So Adam Cole appears on the entrance and tells us he has a meeting with Tony Khan, and he wants to make sure he earns the right. The right. Again. I'll say it again, guys. Tony Khan, and he makes sure he wants the rights to grab the diamond ring, and the Kingdom walks up. I'll just repeat it again. So the diamond ring and the Kingdom walks up as his insurance. Adam I'll repeat it again, guys. Somebody was calling me. Adam Cole appears on the entrance and tells us that he had a meeting with Tony Khan and he wants to make sure he wants the rights to grab the Dynamite Diamond Ring and the Kingdom to lock up his insurance. And Adam Cole gets up and thinks he has a other thing to say and asks if he's kicking Mac's ass yet. Sorry, guys. And then that Adam Cole is in the ring behind MJF and he attacks, beating him down and super kicks lays him out. And Jimmy Hayter cuts a promo backstage calling Julia Hart out and she assists her from attacking her from behind in a sneaky classless move. And her message to Hart is that fight for the fallen. She's going to serve a dish best served cold. And then we get a Kenny Omega video package since he'll be back soon. And the Apprentice make their entrance, and we go to the break. And I'll repeat it again, guys, with Julia Hart and Jimmy Hayter's thing. I'll repeat it again. So she serves a cold and a heavy dose of Haterade assassinately, and we get a Kenny Omega video package since he's will be back soon. And then we have the passage, the Potter Tree makes their entrance, and we go to the break. You know, Nick Wayne and Christian Cage. And then Hook and Shibata face Christian Cage and Nick Wayne, and Wayne and Hooks to start and follow out, and headlocks taken over from Nick and Hook, fight out and twist lock and twisting around and headlocks and taken over of his own. And Nick Wayne reverses with a head scissors and a flash of a kick off, but Hook ducks it and tags May and Shibata with a snare bear, and Christian Cage back away and fight fakes out and looking right for a kill switch, but Shibata has it shell and Hook back in and back body drop, sending Christian over the ropes and crashing into Wayne and just cross it. I'll say cycling through. Redum is in on Wayne, but Christian Cage snaps Hook over the ropes, and we go to break. And back to the break, Hook hits the Tazplex on Nick Wayne into the path is clear, and Shibata attacks in and heavy chomps to Nick in the corner and followed with a cinch drop kick and half lunge suplex cover and nope and cross arm since, and Nick Wayne gets out and fires up, training kicks off of the rope, and Shibata with the STO, and Christian runs in and eats an STO as well, and Hook trying to confront Christian Cage on the floor, and Keep Sabian rolls up and Hook knocks him down and duplexes Christian, and Nick Wayne with a roundhouse off the top, and Shibata catches him in a sleeper hold and he faints, and penalty kick connects, and Mother Wayne with the distraction, and Christian Cage with the kill switch and moves it since and Nick into the cover. I'll repeat it again, guys. Mother Wayne with the distraction, and Christian Cage hits the kill switch and moves it since, and Nick to the cover, and the peasantry. Christian Cage and Nick Wayne win with the pinfall into a and since press from Nick Wayne onto Shibata. Then we get a New York City themed video package for Jericho and Cardona. Then another Bandito video package followed this one since the Old West gimmick and fear of playing real real clip. I'll say it again. A hype real clip of Bandito and stuff like that. And then back from the break, Mariah May is one half of a conversation with herself before saying a hero is a dreamer who essentially realized she is dreaming and she is no hero, and she uh, a sply a, a, a glip I'll say it again. She eclipsed everyone in the women's division just by being herself. So she will be in the 2-on-1 street fight and ask Thunder Rosa to please bring her dad so she can end the two generations of the family in one night. And she asks if failure I'll say it again, if failure runs in the family, and says she wouldn't bring her father because she doesn't want him to see what she will do. And Ricochet makes his entrance for an interview with Tony Giovanni, and Tony Giovanni congratulates him on his sins in the Continental Classic so far and calls to mind of his chain of attitude, and Ricochet asks if it looks good, but before Tony Giovanni can answer the answer the answer once again answer, and then here comes MVP Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley. Love those guys. Love those guys. And they get in the ring with Rick and Tony and clears out. And Ricochet asks what's good and says they look great and he's glad to see them. And he wants to ask MVP if he saw how he can beat the bricks of Commander and how he can handle Brody King in their match, and says maybe he'll be him and Shelton in the finals on Saturday. And he has Will Ospreay and you'll see a different side of him. And then MVP asks to see the card, and Rick gets out, and Bob gets him by the neck, and MVP tears it up and tells him the offer is since nobody likes a kiss ass. Then Bobby Lashley lets him and go and straightens his tie before shoving him out of the ring, and MVP tells him go take care of his business and hurt somebody. And that was great. That was great. Loved it. Just loved it. Then MVP heads to the commentary desk for the next match, and we have Beast Mortals versus Shelton Benjamin, which was a decent match right here, guys. Let's talk about it. Beast Mortals with elbows and Shelton Benjamin with a spoiler suplex and body slam to the apron, and Beast slingshot over the top of the ramp, off the rope. I'll say it again, off the rope. Since connects and he fires up, and Shelton cuts him off with a knee and elbow. Beast Mortals flows over and hip toss counters into an press arm drag, and he flops over into a half crab, only for Shelton Benjamin to launch him off, and Beast Mortals in the ropes, and Shelton Benjamin sends him to the floor with a knee and goes to the break. And back from the break, the Beast Mortals with a corner strike dive cover for two, and Shelton Benjamin with a series of German suplex and gets it done. I'll say it again, a German suplex, and he got it, and Shelton Benjamin wins with pinfall with the spoiler power slam and earned 3 points for a total of 6 points. And then a post-match, MVP and Bobby Lashley go to the ring, and MVP asks him to show how he does it one more time, and Shelton hits a German suplex, and then Daniel Garcia makes his entrance and says he knows exactly what will happen if he comes to the ring right now, but he doesn't care because he thinks everyone in DC wants a fight right now. And Mark Briscoe joins him, and they hit the ring and fight the Hart Dynasty, the Hart Dynasty. But MVP breaks his cane over, and Mark Briscoe back, and they get to the better of the baby faces. Also, again, the better of the baby faces, and we get a video package for the upcoming Continental Classic matches of Okada getting a since Classic Beast Mortal, no bitch mortals, and stuff like that. Then we go to a break, and back for the commercial, Renee Paquette interviews Ricochet and Since about the Hart Dynasty before, and since that he'll let them do what they want. Well, he focused on the Continental Classic and how he's going to beat Will Ospreay and shuts him up for good, and he does this weird kissing laugh before turning into Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana and going like, ah! Who cares, Will? We don't care, Ricochet. We don't care. I'm sorry to say this. I mean, you're a good wrestler, but your personality sucks. You're a good wrestler, but your personality sucks, man. And then you saying, oh, if there wouldn't be an AEW if it wasn't for me. No, 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 no. That's the wrong answer. There wouldn't be an AEW if it wasn't for Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Chris Jericho, and Cody Rhodes, which he's in WWE, but still counts. Go back to day one, and we all know day one it was Cody Rhodes, Chris Jericho, and the Young Bucks. And I'll say it again, it was the Young Bucks, Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, and Kenny Omega. No, there was no such thing of Ricochet. Where was Ricochet at? Where was Ricochet at? Oh yeah, he was in WWE. He was in WWE having garbage matches. Sorry to say that. I'm sorry to say that, but in my opinion, he had some good matches, but the rest of them were garbage. Sorry to say that, but like the man is a good wrestler, but how they booked him in WWE was a disgrace, and he has the audacity to say that he's there wouldn't be an AEW if it wasn't for him. What a clown! What a clown! And if you guys tolerate that stuff, that's your opinion, but don't fight with me because you know the truth. You know the truth. If you're an AEW fan and you know the truth, it was Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes. Yes, I'll say it again. I'll repeat it again. It was Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, and Chris Jericho. There was no such thing of him. So sorry to go on my rant, but it's just the truth. Just the truth. And that's where Strickland calls him a tard and says it was only a matter of time before the real Trevor rewards his head after 14 years, and he throws maybe he changed, but he's still the same old Trevor and a follower that wouldn't work in AEW. He says Ricochet gives him some grist, but nobody's buying it, and Swerve Strickland tells him that's why he's still bald. That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. Oh man, that was funny. Then Tony Storms is interviewed by RJ City, and she says she grew up loving three things: pro wrestling, rock music, and the grind, but is essentially clueless as to her history in AEW, acting like she's just got signed and has never won the title. And since, which we already know, Tony Storms, you've been here for almost 3-4 years. So then we had the match. Then we had this match. Oh, this match was a banger, man. A banger. A banger. Darby Allin fences Will Ospreay for the Continental Gold Classic. Gold Classic. Let's talk about this match right here. Circle, collar, elbow, and Will Ospreay shoves him away back to the lockup and cleans back in the ropes and side headlock, shoves off springboard arm drags, but Ospreay lands on his feet and whips reverse O'Connor roll and springboard crossbody, ducking and dodging soulmate and boots up the corner and shotgun dropkick, and Darby with the back splash will pass him in the corner and back into the corner, and a big chomp sends him into the floor, and a suicide dive from Darby Allin like a cannonball back inside. Ospreay rolls to the apron and coffee drop. Will rolls back inside, and Darby crashes back first into the edge of the ring and crumbles to the floor as we go to the break. Back from the break, Darby Allin with right hands up the ropes and drop kicks bounce off of him as since Sundog Billionaire, and both men are down and out and up in the turnbuckle, and Darby Allin knocks down and rolls away from the moonsault, and Will hits the hidden blade, and Yusi Taki in return so close and trading right hands on their knee and to the feet, and Darby with a Loa Casa side step to the Ospreay cutter and coffee drop, still no, and fighting to the apron with Will once a style clash turns into face to the floor and style clash off the apron into the floor dangerously. Then Ospreay back in the ring and the ref counting to well, you killed Darby chant, you killed Darby, you killed Darby. Then rains down, but he beats the count, and Will is ready for him, and Ospreay cutter, and Darby Allin kicks out an underhook, and Stormbreaker reverses, and Scorpion Death Drop connects, and Darby off the top, and coffee drop up top again, and Darby Allin wins with the coffee drop and earns 3 points for a total of 6 points. Then a post-match, the Death Riders make their entrance and sends us to the break. Then we had the main event. Which was a good, you know what I'm saying, guys, a good trios match, you know what I'm saying, a good trios match, or you know what I'm saying, trios tag team match. I thought it was a decent one. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. I really did. I liked it. It was a decent match. It wasn't great, but it was decent. I still liked it. But let's talk about it. Adam Page and Jay White on Orange Cassidy faces the Death Riders. I'll repeat it again. So Adam Page, and Jay White and Orange Cassidy faces the Death Riders, Jon Moxley and Pac and Wheeler Yuta. I'll repeat it again. Rewind. I'll repeat it 1,000 times. So this was the main event, guys. Adam Page, Jay White, Orange Cassidy faces the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta. Decent match right here, guys. Decent match. So Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta to start falling out, and Death Riders start hot, and Orange drives off them and throwing Wheeler inside, and Moxley with a throw cross, tagging himself in and throwing Cassidy inside, and Death Riders work him over for a while, and Jay White tags in, and Adam Page argues with him and walks, and Jay fights himself, overwhelmed in first short order, and we go to break, and back from the break, Death Riders still working Sling Blade over a Slint following, and he gets to the tag to Cassidy and lazy kicks on Mox, and since it sits kick off the ropes and ducks a lariat, and a satellite DDT connects into everybody do something cool. Seriously, an Orange with a suplex, and Jon Moxley with a front kick, Ace Crusher connect, and Sundog Billionaire on Yuta, and Adam Page is back and hits a block shot on Wheeler Yuta, and Blade Runner on Pac from Jay White, and Adam Page argued, and Jon Moxley from behind Schoolboy's well, they argue, and Death Riders win with the Schoolboy from Jon Moxley on Orange Cassidy. Then post-match, White and Page keep arguing, and Orange Cassidy shoves them and upsets at the lack of sense from his teammate, and the argument continues on the Death Riders since in the ring, and John holding a chair, and the babyfaces realize what's up, and since a united front and attacking Death Riders and taking the fight to the floor, and Orange Punch on Pac, and Maria Shafir helps Jon Moxley to the back, while the Brawl peppers out with the babyfaces trio since, and that's what happened right there, guys. And I give this Holiday Bash a 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10, guys. I give this Aew Dynamite Holiday Bash a 7 out of 10, guys. A 7 out of 10. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bells as always, guys. And this is Christopher Jackson Denver. I'll say it again. This is Christopher Jackson Denver. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bells as always. And peace out and take care, guys. Peace out and take care.